Hello, learners. Yes, before this, we had done many topics in economics. We had done national income accounting. We had done income determination and many topics which were supposed to come in second term examination or board exam. So today we are going to start government budget. You would have always seen that government budget is passed in India also. So there are many type of budget which are passed by government. In India, there are mainly three type of budgets which are passed. Like one is central budget, union budget, which is made by central government, and then second one is state budget, which is made by state government, and third one is subsidiary budget, which is made for various ministries like defense ministry and railway ministry, which make their own budget. So students, today will be doing government budget, and for this I will start with sharing of a PPT, and I'll share a PPT so that you will understand it better. And I want to tell you that I am always sharing some main points in the description section. You can see from there, and if you have any problem, you can also comment so that I can share with you the main things, or I can solve your problems also in the next coming sessions, and it will be very good for you to learn like this. So today we are going to do government budget, and as you know, government budget is very important. It is very important topic, and let us see that what we can do in government budget. First is that what is government budget? Let us start from the beginning. Okay. So these are the basic things which I wanted to cover, but let us see. First, we'll start with government budget, which is made by government. What is government budget? Let us see the definitions of government budget. What is government budget? Actually, it is a type of financial planning made for full year. It is made for full year, and financial year, which we call accounting year, which starts from 1st April and which ends at 31st March of the next year. So from 1st April to 31st March, it is accounting year, it is financial year. Second thing is we make planning of our receipts as well as our expenditures. How many payments we have to make and how much receipts we are going to get. So it is also national budget, and it is also, I can say that it is state budget also. And we make budget for our family also. So you can learn from that we have only two main parts of budget. First is how much income we are going to get, and second thing is that how much expenditure we are going to make. So what are the objectives behind making of government budget? First, we have to do this. So first, we should know the meaning. The meaning is that it is a financial planning made for an accounting year, and in which we decide that what will be our income and what will be our expenditure. Second thing is that what are the objectives of government budget? That means why do we make government budget? We make government budget because we want to ensure economic growth in our country. We want that our GDP should increase. As you know that during Corona crisis, our GDP has decreased by 4%. And recently you had also got news that repo rate has also been increased by 0.4%. So this had happened after many years, and it had happened as a state of emergency when it was seen that there was similar situation in Sri Lanka where the inflation had touched the sky. So at that time, our governor of Reserve Bank of India, he decided, he held a meeting with the Monetary Policy Council, and then they had taken this decision. So why I'm giving this example? So that you can correlate with the government budget. So economic growth is the main objective of making government budget. Second objective is proper allocation of resources. We want to allocate our resources. Why do we want to allocate resources? There is, we have resources, but as you know that in economics, you would have learned earlier also that our resources are very limited and our wants are unlimited. Okay. So because our resources are limited, so we require to distribute the resources in a planned manner so that they are having maximum utilization. There is maximum utilization of resources, optimum utilization of resources, and the resources are used well. They are not wasted. Third is generation of employment, because you know that our country is facing a lot of problem of unemployment. So to solve the problem of employment, it is required that we make proper planning and we ensure that people get employment. Then economic stability. What is stability? Stability means when there is no situation of inflation or deflation. Not much means there is not much situation of inflation or deflation. There is no much disturbances. Price stability is there, so that is required. And then economic equality. We also want to bring the poor and rich together. We don't want to make a gap between rich and poor. There should not be a disparity between rich and poor. That we want to ensure. That is why to ensure economic equality. And sixth is management of public enterprises. We also want to manage public enterprises in such a manner that they are able to earn profit, because it has been happening that public enterprises, because what are public enterprises which are managed by government, they are always facing losses. We need to ensure that they also go in profit, they also earn profit. So for these main six, because this question can come in 5 marks, so you should at least know 5 points. You have to write 5 points and 5 explanation. So for economic growth, for proper allocation of resources, for generation of employment, for economic stability, for economic equality, and management of public enterprises, we need. So this is like objective. So there are 3 types of budgets which are made in India. I have already told you: union budget, state budget, and subsidiary budget. What is union budget? Union budget is actually budget which is made by central government for the whole country. So it is made for the whole country, keeping in mind the whole nation, whole economy. Whereas state budget is made by each state, like Uttar Pradesh government will make its own state budget, Madhya Pradesh government will make its own state budget. So the states will make their own budget, and then there is subsidiary budget which is made by particular ministries, like railway also passes its own budget, and defense also has its own budget, that is there. And then there are 3 types of budget, like balanced budget, surplus budget, and deficit budget. Balanced budget means when there are, because there are only 2 components, 2 main component of budget: receipts, payments. Just remember it: receipts, payment, RP, receipts, payment. So balanced budget is where R is equal to P. Receipts and payments are equal. Surplus budget, where receipts are more than payments, means our expenditures are less and our receipts are more. And deficit budget, where our receipts are less and expenditure are more. So there are 3 types of budget: balanced budget, surplus budget, and deficit budget. Balanced budget, where receipts is equal to payment, where the income of government is equal to expenditure of government. Surplus budget is the budget where receipts are more than payment, so it is like a profit budget. And deficit budget is the budget where receipts are less than payment, and you can call it like it is going in loss. We always make deficit budget in India. All over the world, all the economies, they are making deficit budget, because no economy can say that they have more receipts and less payment, because even if they have good income, they will expend more income on human welfare. They have to make that. So that is why. So allocation of resources is very necessary, because we have private sector also and public sector also. There are private goods also which are like owned by individuals, and there are public goods also, public things also which are owned by government, owned, maintained by government, like roads, etc. So they have to be given. Now actually what happens is that when government is giving some public facilities, so mainly people are using and they are paying some nominal fees for it. But sometimes it also happens that there are some consumers who are not paying, but then they cannot be excluded. On certain contexts, they are not excluded. Like very small children, they are traveling by train, but for them buying of ticket is not necessary. Like children below age of 4, the parents don't need to buy their tickets. But then they are using the services, but then they are non-excludable. Non-excludable means those people who are not paying to government for the facilities, but they are getting the facilities. And they are also known as free riders also, because they are non-paying consumers, so they are known as free riders. So if a good is private good, if it is belonging to an individual or a group, so it depends on individual or group whether they allow everyone to use it or not. But when it is a public property, when it is given by government, then everyone uses it, whether they are paying fees or not. If they're liable to pay and not, they're not paying, then they are caught. Like if you travel without ticket in the railway, then you are caught, and then the person has to pay the fine and penalties. But if a person can also be a free rider, like there are specific things, specific discounts, specific facilities given to specific people, and they can use them. So this is also part of budget expenditure. And then there is distribution and redistribution functions also. What is redistribution? Like most of the time, because you people are very active on social media, I would be seeing that people are always blaming government that they're wasting our money, our money, our money. When we are saying the government is wasting our money, what does this mean? This means that we are paying taxes to government, but whether government is properly using this money or not. So this is the main agenda, that whatever we are paying, हमने tax pay किया, क्या government सही ढंग से उसको खर्च कर पा रही है? That is the main issue. So this is redistribution. Government is collecting taxes from us, and then government is spending it again on us, and they are providing a certain facility. This is known as redistribution. So government gives facility. Sometimes what happens is government gives wants to give the facility, but then government gives right to the private sector that they can give the facility, and then they can charge something, and then they can pay some part to the government. It happens in case of toll taxes also, where the tenders are passed and people who are collecting taxes, they are private individuals, but then they are paying to government in form of tender fee. So this is the main part. Today we have done the meaning of government budget, types of government budget, like 3 types which Indian government makes: union budget, state budget, and subsidiary budget. And then 2 types: balanced and unbalanced. Balanced, where receipts and payments are equal; unbalanced, surplus budget and deficit budget. In surplus budget, receipts are more than payment. Surplus means extra, so where receipts are extra. And deficit budget, where it is a loss, where our expenditures are more than our payments, our expenditures are more than our receipts, sorry, our income is less. And then we have talked about distribution function, allocation function, and redistribution function. And allocation is planned distribution of resources. Actually, distribution and allocation has only one difference. Distribution means when we give away things, and allocation means when we give it in a planned manner. So in next part, we'll be discussing more about government budget and its component. So here we are doing only meaning, objectives, and types, and distribution, redistribution, and allocation. So thanks a lot. If you have any problem, please comment in the comment box so that I will come to know, and then I will explain it again. And if there is language problem also, you can tell that also. I will explain in Hindi also. So thanks a lot, learners. I hope that you have enjoyed this session. And the main thing is that if you understand economics properly, then it would be very good for you, because you'll be easily understanding, and then you can easily explain also. This is the main thing, that you should understand the concept. So thanks a lot, and in the next part we'll do the components of government budget. Thanks a lot.